Welcome to our deep dive. You ready to jump into this Directions EMEA 2024 report?
Oh, yeah. Tons to unpack here.
I know it. And, we always love getting the insights from Companial. Their team was on the ground at the event.
But boots on the ground for sure. 3,200 attendees
Can you imagine?
from 60 countries.
Wow.
Packed into something like 320 sessions over just a few days.
That is a lot to take in, even with a dedicated team.
Absolutely impossible to catch everything.
But they did a fantastic job. This report really captures the essence of what went down. And
It does.
one thing that really jumped out at me just reading through this is AI.
AI everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's not just
Okay.
Copilot anymore. We're talking about AI agents working directly inside Business Central.
Yeah, that was a big one for sure.
And we're going to unpack what that means for security, the partner ecosystem,
Right.
even things like sustainability reporting.
Yeah. Big focus on sustainability.
But, the event's theme this year was Share the Future. And, yeah, based on what we're seeing in this report, the future is going to be very interesting.
I think fascinating is the word that comes to mind.
Fascinating, for sure. Okay, so let's get into it first up. Business Central itself is seeing some crazy growth.
It is. They actually hit a pretty major milestone this year. Business Central now has over 40,000 customers.
Wow, that's huge.
It's a big deal. It really shows that this is not just a tool for small businesses anymore.
Right.
We're seeing it scale up to meet the needs of much larger companies. Even ISVs are getting in on the action.
Yeah, and what I found really interesting is the report also mentions a pretty noticeable shift in the attendees this year. A lot more first-timers.
Yeah, definitely a younger, more diverse crowd than we've seen in the past.
It's just exciting, right?
Oh, absolutely. Suggest, fresh perspectives, new talent entering the Business Central world, and that energy is infectious.
It's got to be okay, but let's talk about the big thing everyone's talking about.
AI.
AI, and specifically the sales order agent that seems to have really stolen the show.
So picture this. You get an email from a customer with an order request, and this AI agent just springs into action. It checks inventory, prepares a quote based on real-time pricing and available stock, and boom, sends it right back to the customer, all within minutes.
So what I'm hearing is this agent can handle all these tasks basically without any human intervention.
It can, which is pretty remarkable, but it's super important to remember that human oversight is still key.
Of course.
Users review and approve the agent's actions before anything is finalized, especially when it comes to, sensitive decisions. Think of it as a super efficient assistant, not a replacement for you.
Right, so it's augmenting our capabilities, not taking over.
Exactly.
But what about other processes? Because the report mentions a couple other agents in development too, like a bookkeeper agent and a purchasing agent.
Oh, yeah, they're already working on those.
So it seems like this could really revolutionize how we work with Business Central in the near future.
Absolutely, and it's moving fast. The sales order agent is in private preview right now, but it's moving to public preview in December, and by early 2025, we're expecting to see it fully deployed globally.
So this isn't some far-off concept. This is happening now.
It's happening.
And to help partners keep up with all of this, Microsoft also introduced this tool called Copilot Studio.
Right, Copilot Studio, it's a low-code tool that basically empowers partners to build their own custom AI solutions tailored to specific business processes.
So low-code meaning?
You don't have to be a hardcore programmer.
Yeah.
You can build these powerful applications basically by assembling building blocks.
Interesting. And so if I'm understanding this correctly, partners can use this to create solutions for very specific customer needs.
Exactly. Let's say a customer emails requesting special packaging for their order.
Okay.
With Copilot Studio, a partner can configure an agent to seamlessly incorporate that detail right into the order. It unlocks a whole world of automation possibilities.
Wow. So that brings up an important point, though. With all these new AI features and powerful tools, security has got to be top of mind, right?
Absolutely. And thankfully, Microsoft seems to be on top of it.
Okay.
They're emphasizing platform security as a major focus for them. It's not just talk either. They're constantly setting the standard when it comes to secure infrastructure and, productivity services.
Which is huge. In the bigger picture with cyber threats everywhere, now this focus on security, it's a really big selling point for partners when they're talking to clients.
Oh, 100%. Businesses are more concerned than ever about, data breaches and cyber attacks. So knowing that Microsoft is really leading the charge in security, it offers peace of mind and builds trust. It's a critical differentiator.
It is. Okay, so we've got Business Central's massive growth, the rise of AI agents. Anything else that stood out to you in the report?
One area that caught my eye was the increased emphasis on data analysis within Business Central.
Okay.
They've integrated like a ton of Power BI reports directly into the platform, over 300.
300, that's a lot of reports. What does that actually mean for like the average user?
So think of it this way. Now, anyone, regardless of their technical skills, can access really rich insights and do data analysis right within Business Central,
Right there in the platform.
right into the platform. Imagine a sales manager who can instantly see, which products are performing well and which regions are lagging behind all without having to switch between systems or wrestle with complex spreadsheets.
So it's about giving users the tools they need to make data-driven decisions without having to be data scientists themselves.
Exactly. It's democratizing access to information and empowering everyone to make smarter, faster decisions.
I love that. Okay, so lots of innovation inside Business Central itself, but the report also talked about some pretty big market opportunities opening up for partners.
One key area is sustainability reporting. The EU is mandating this for like 200,000 companies.
Wow.
And Microsoft is stepping up to help businesses meet this requirement.
So how does it actually look in Business Central?
They've introduced a sustainability center picture, like a centralized hub within Business Central that's packed with tools and templates specifically designed for these new regulations.
So instead of struggling to figure out these complex regulations, businesses can just rely on these tools to make sure they're compliant.
It's a huge opportunity for partners to act as trusted advisors, helping their clients navigate this whole new landscape
Yeah.
and actually achieve their ESG goals.
It's a win-win. Sounds like a great way for partners to, add value and position themselves as experts in a rapidly growing field. What other opportunities did they highlight?
Well, they also highlighted the massive potential of digital field services in Europe. The integration between Business Central and D365 field services is getting tighter, more seamless.
So can you give me a concrete example of how that actually works?
So imagine a service request comes in through Business Central.
Okay.
With this integration, that request can automatically trigger the creation of a corresponding item in field services, complete with scheduling and dispatch information. Think about the time saved, the reduction in errors, the efficiency gains. It's huge.
So instead of having separate systems for managing service requests and field operations, everything is connected.
Exactly. Streamlined. It's a game changer for businesses that rely on field services to deliver amazing customer experiences.
I can see that. And the report touched on a couple other interesting opportunities too, like e-documents and the Shopify integration.
Right. E-invoicing mandates are coming to over 20 countries in the next few years, which creates a fantastic opportunity for partners to offer Business Central as a compliance-ready solution.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then there's the Shopify integration, which allows businesses to smoothly transition from Shopify to Business Central as they grow. It's a strategic partnership that opens up new avenues for customer acquisition.
It does sound like a very dynamic and evolving market with a ton of opportunities for partners to, expand what they're offering. What's next on our deep dive?
Well, we've only just scratched the surface in part 2. We're going to dig deeper into how businesses are already using AI to solve real-world problems. Plus, we'll explore some key strategies for achieving success within the Microsoft Dynamics 365 ecosystem.
Sounds good. Stay tuned for part 2, where we continue to unpack the insights from the Directions EMEA 2024 report.